Hey, I'm Melanie Johnson along with my co-host Jen Foster. We are both 13-time best-selling authors. We've published over 2,500 books and made all of our authors #1 bestsellers. We own Elite Online Publishing. If you want to become a best-selling author, look us up at eliteonlinepublishing.com. Now, welcome to the podcast that shares secrets from top industry experts that show you how to get lasting success and results. This is the Elite Expert Insider Podcast. Everyone, it's Melanie Johnson along with Jen Foster. Hey, Jen.
Hey, everyone.
All right, we've got a super podcast today. PR has kind of been a mystery to me over the years. How does it work? Do I really need it? Do I get an ROI from it? Well, we have the master of PR today. He's been on Good Morning America. He's going to give us the insides of what are the PR secrets that you should be using, how it can help your business, and how you should hire somebody, and what you should be looking for in the perfect PR partner. His name is Drew Gerber. But before we get started, I want to remind you, please subscribe to our podcast. We love to have more subscribers. We just love on our subscribers, and we love to hear from you. We want to answer any comments you have. And if you have any suggestions for us of other people you'd like us to interview, please let us know. All right, now, the PR mystery is going to be solved today. We're telling all the secrets of PR, which I can't wait to hear because we launch books after books for our authors. And it's always, what do I do to promote my book? How do I leverage media? So Drew, thank you so much for coming today.
It's awesome to be here. I'm excited.
Great. Well, Drew, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in this PR company.
I mean, other than I'm a really awesome dude.
Exactly.
Well, actually, my degree is in chemical engineering of all things. And I spent a lot of time in college, my parents spent a lot of money to put me through college. And then I decided, I really don't want to do that. So I went into marketing and I ran across and met my business partner, Michelle Tennant. And, you just meet those people where you want to do something with. She was one of those people. And so I turned to her when we were in an event and I turned to her and said, hey, we should go into business together. And she said, doing one. I said, I don't know, we'll figure that out. And I said, we were in Ohio and I said, oh, by the way, I'm moving to North Carolina. Do you want to move? And she's an avid whitewater kayaker. She said, sure. So I bought a house and we were renovating and driving back and forth to Ohio. And it was in on one of those drives where I said, well, what should we do? I said, I've always wanted to get up underneath those people that are committed to making a difference and really support them and help them make the difference they want to make. She said, well, that's PR. And I was like, PR? And I didn't really get it. And she started talking about what PR was, and I got more and more excited. And so I was like, yeah, let's do PR. So we started our company 18 years ago.
I love that. So organic. That's kind of how our company started. Like you weren't planning to be in the PR business. It just organically happened. I love that.
Right.
One of the key things I know, it's like, I had a friend, this is years ago before internet thing was going on, and she wanted to be known as a socialite. And so she hired a publicist to make sure that they got her in the paper, and they were very strategic about things that she should do. We work with authors, but, if you have a company, but how do you know if you need a publicist? What are those key questions maybe you ask people? And what should you look for a perfect fit for a client and a publicist?
Well, here's the thing is the world has completely changed and the PR world is completely different than it's been 10 years ago. And here's what I tell people that are looking to hire publicists. You want to hire a publicist if you're really looking to build a brand or a platform. Because one of the most effective ways to do that is really through PR. So authors will come to us and say, I'm really only interested in book sales. And I'm telling them, PR is not the most effective way to do that. There are a lot better tools out there if you just want to do book sales. But if you want to build a brand, you want to build a platform, PR is amazing. Now, when you're looking for a PR company, there's 3 things to really look for. And this is really easy. One is what is their philosophy? You want to make sure that you're hiring a PR company that's as excited about your baby as you are. Someone that really believes in what you're doing. Number 2 is what kind of clients do they serve and are they like you? That's a real telltale sign whether it's a good fit. And number 3 is what results have they produced? Now, not results they produced 20 years ago. What results have they produced in the last year? And are those the kind of results that you want? Are those the venues you want and what you want? Those 3 things are an easy way to actually determine whether you're a good fit or not with a PR company. And then that spark. And then you got to talk to them, figure out that's there.
I love that. I love that you said that you want to have that spark, because
Yeah.
I think if you're working with someone that you don't have that connection or that spark, it's going to be really hard. Or if they don't have that same passion as you do, it's going to be really hard to get the results you want.
It is. And I tell people that your relationship with your publicist is your most sacred business relationship. They are your voice in the world. They have to believe in what you're up to. And I don't know how a publicist could really take on a client that they didn't, because that's where we get our energy and we get our juice, and really gives our life meaning as we get to represent these really amazing people doing really cool things.
Yeah,
Now, you mentioned that it's changed so much over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
What are some of the strategies? Like if I were to come to you as a client,
Yeah.
what would be your digital online strategies for PR? Now that we have all these different social media platforms, I mean, there's influencers, there's all different ways to be found and have, media exposure versus radio, TV, and newspaper and magazines. So kind of walk us through that jungle.
Well, it is a jungle. Yeah, it's the wild, wild west. So the first thing we find out is who do you want to track? Who's your ideal client? Because that depends on what kind of strategy we put together. Look, if you're looking for the baby boomers, right, you're going to put more energy into your traditional radio, print, television. They're still reading the newspaper. They're still listening to the radio. If you want the millennials, you want to go all online. They're not sitting down watching Good Morning America. And I have our clients come to us like, I want to go after millennials and I really want to get on Good Morning America. It's like, no, that's not where they're hanging out. So first is who is that ideal client for? Who do you want to track? And where are they hanging out? So that dictates a lot about how we design our strategies.
I like
that makes so much sense. Sorry, Jen, I was going to interject one more thing about that. So like we have programs where you can get on so many radio stations or you can get on so many podcasts. But again, like you say, it just depends. If your audience is not listening to radio, then you're putting money down the drain to be on radio stations. So you really have to be key.
Yeah, and you mentioned in the beginning like ROI, and I think that that's why a lot of times people have a bad taste in their mouth about publicists, is because they don't do enough work to really identify those venues and where their target market is hanging out. Because like you say, you want to go after millennials and you're being booked on radio, you're basically throwing money down the drain.
Yeah, it really comes down to what every business owner and every major company or person needs to know is who is that avatar, who is that ideal client that you're targeting, and then go from there. Because like you said, I mean, you can't go on Good Morning America if you want to talk to millennials. No one will be listening to you.
Yeah, I think it's that avatar. And then why are you serving that avatar? I think is really important, because the why also dictates the strategy about where you want to be, because different platforms provide a different kind of an experience, just even with social media, right? Like Facebook actually there's more of an opportunity to have a conversation. Or Twitter is like little character, few characters, and then LinkedIn is B2B. So it's kind of like even that dictates where you're going to go after is the why you're doing what you're doing.
So how do you know if you need a PR company to help you? How do you know, and when do you get started?
So the best, if you're really looking to build that brand or that platform, right? You want to be known or seen as an expert in a particular field or arena. PR is a really good investment, because just to be straight, PR is a costly venture. And in order to see that ROI, it doesn't generally translate if you're just doing book sales. You can't sell enough books to pay for a publicist generally. So, but if you're looking to build a platform, you want to do courses, you want to do speaking, that's really where it pays off big time. As far as when to start a PR campaign, so here's the thing that a lot of authors don't realize, and they'll come to us, oh, hey, my book's coming out next month. The best time to start if you're doing a book launch is at least 8 months before coming out. And the reason is because long lead magazines like O or Forbes, or if you want to get in the magazines, they work 6 to 8 months ahead. So we need to be pitching that far in advance if you want long lead magazines.
That makes so much sense. And, so we touched on this briefly. It's expensive to have a really good PR campaign. So what should somebody expect from A to Z? I imagine it depends on the person's expertise. I mean, you, Drew, have been in the business for 30 years, so you're
Yep.
definitely at the high end with the expert. So what is kind of the range to get quality, right? We want someone who's got quality. What should they, because, why pay money and not get quality? That's what we say,
Right.
even in our business, like, hey, we know what we're doing. So, yeah. So what would you say is a good budget for someone, let's say, and what is an average time? Like you said, so like is a campaign a month or 6 months that you'd like them to run, and what should they expect?
Yeah, well, it's the wild, wild west. It's all over the board. We actually really leverage technology to keep the cost low for our clients. So the truth of the matter is we're really competitive. We actually come in, I don't want it, inexpensive. Let's go with inexpensive. And the reason being is because we work with clients that are committed to making a difference. And oftentimes those people don't have huge budgets because all their money is going into making that difference. But budgets generally range anywhere from $2,500, $3,000 to $6,000 a month.
Okay.
As far as what to expect, so with us, it takes us 2 to 3 weeks to get up to speed with a client, and we develop an online press kit. That's part of the technology we use. We've got a technology that gives the media everything they need at the fingertips, but allows our clients to log in at any time and know exactly what's happening with the campaign. So full transparency, which is great because a lot of times people are like, what's happening with the PR campaign? With this technology, they can check, they can log in and see. We're pitching in the 4th week. We always see results in the 2nd month. We're really, really quick there. And as far as how long the campaign goes, it really depends on what you're out. I mean, we've got clients that have been with us now 10 years. So it really depends on what you're out to accomplish, and does PR keep doing that? For a book launch, it's usually 4 to 5 months that we recommend. Yeah.
Okay. And starting up to 8 months ahead. So really an 8-month to a year campaign is probably more ideal.
Well, what we do completely different than other PR campaigns. What we do is we start 8 months, we create the online press kit, and we pitch long lead magazines. Then we actually take a break.
Oh, okay.
And then we pitch two months before the launch and 2 months after the launch, so that you're not on retainer that whole 8 months. So it makes it more cost effective for our clients.
You're thinking.
That's all this time in the business, right? Right. Yeah. Been around the block a few times.
Definitely.
Well, I think that's really important to hire someone who has a track record and has been there, done that, and that is up on the technology trends, because you don't want somebody who is just going to put you on radio and not really talk and discuss about all those things. Like, you really want someone who knows what they're doing.
Absolutely. And the fastest way to really do that, I mean, if you're shopping around for a PR company, literally, what results have they produced like in the last year? We've got a database of all of our press kits. So we just send people there, and that's all of our clients, all the press kit, all the media coverage. So they can go and actually see every one of the campaigns and see, are those the results that I'm really wanting? And it's the quickest way to determine whether a PR company is a fit for you or not. Yeah.
There's, we kind of touched just on this a little bit, the millennials and even younger. The big word is being influencers. So my oldest son especially, is way deep into the Instagram influencer market. And he's always saying, oh, Mom, that doesn't work. Oh, Mom, you don't know. And I probably don't know. Compared to, they moved lightning fast. And so how do you get an influencer? How do you choose an influencer? Because people are saying, hey, if you get an influencer to shout out for you, or you can run an ad on their Instagram, or just have that strategic partnership with them. How do you go about doing that and choosing the right fit for you and contacting them? I mean, do you just reach out to them? So I guess that's like a 5-tier question. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, well, it's very similar to the media. So what I recommend that you do, if you're looking for influencers, you want to go to their feed, right? And you want to also look to see what are they posting about, and is that in line with your brand, your message, and what you want to promote? Mm-hmm. Also, on their posts, are they getting traction? Are they getting their likes? Are they getting shares? Are they getting comments? How active it is? Because not all accounts are created equal, because you can buy fans and followers, right? So you want to actually see that. And then I recommend go look to see who's following them. Who are the people that is attracting them? And are those the people that you want to get your message out to? And then as far as, we're lucky, we've got a huge I think we've got a database of 800,000 influencers. So we're lucky that way. We pay for that research to be done. But otherwise, you can just do a DM. You can just contact them and say, hey, great, I'd like you to promote. And then you negotiate what the fee is going to be. And sometimes if what you're doing is great, they'll do it for free. But yeah, it's just all a negotiation. But do your homework to make sure if you're going to invest that those are the people you want to be attracting. Yeah.
So smart. And my son says, oh, Mom, you just DM them. Everything is, we just DM. I go, there's really no paperwork. You just like DM, oh yeah, I'll take whatever for this. And then you Venmo them the money or PayPal the money and boom, it's done. You're like, wow. There's
I know, it's like magic, right?
Yeah. All the lawyers are losing money. All the countries are losing money.
That's a totally
back in the day,
time.
yeah, did the day we put together whole press kits which were in folders and literally like a novel that you would send them. Now it's just a DM. Yo, what's up? Promote me.
Yeah.
Those millennials, they do have a couple of things right. A couple.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, tell everyone where they can go to find you and how they can contact you and get more information.
Perfect. Yeah. It's easiest. It's just wasabipublicity.com. You can actually go there. There's a tab there if you want to book a call with me. I'm the person in the company that you would be talking to. And I really love talking to people to help them sort out what the next step is with PR. Whether they go with us or not, that's where I get my juice. So
awesome.
And I'm going to spell wasabi for everybody because I'm not a good speller. So it's WASABI, WASABI, Wasabi Publicity. So check them out there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well, thanks everyone for coming. We hope you got tons of value out of this. I know I did. I always love taking notes and going back and re-listening and looking at the show notes of my own podcast. I know that sounds crazy because I'm listening to it while I do it, but usually I'm like, oh my gosh, there were so many good nuggets that I have to go back again and listen one more time. So remember to subscribe to the podcast and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you and share the podcast with all the people you love so they can be smarter, wiser, and have a better day as well. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey, are you looking to increase your revenue, build credibility, and elevate your brand? This podcast is brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, an innovative publishing and full spectrum marketing company. They will publish and market your book to make it a #1 bestseller. Becoming an author is the best way to market your business. So contact them at eliteonlinepublishing.com today. All of their authors become #1 bestsellers.